It is 2 a.m., and you are standing in the hallway in your socks, half asleep, listening to your cat dig in the litter box for the fourth time tonight. You already know what you are going to find in there, and your stomach knots up before you even look. You have switched foods, you have tried the expensive sensitive stomach bag, and the internet is full of conflicting, terrifying advice that leaves you more scared than when you started. You are exhausted, your cat is uncomfortable, and neither of you is getting any sleep. But what if I told you the secret is sitting in your kitchen pantry and refrigerator? Stay with me because you are in exactly the right place. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sarah Lane, your neighborhood veterinarian, and welcome back to the channel. In my clinic, a sudden bout of diarrhea is one of the most common reasons worried cat parents call me in a panic, and I hear the same confession almost every single time. Dr. Lane, I feel like I did something wrong. If that is you right now, take a deep breath and drop the guilt at the door, because you are not doing anything wrong. But ignoring it is not an option either. Diarrhea quietly drains your cat's body of water and vital nutrients, and a small cat can slide into dehydration far faster than most people realize. So today, we are doing a complete masterclass. Grab a pen and a notebook because I am going to give you 5 simple, practical, natural remedies you can start tonight. And if you would like to subscribe and join our little family of cat parents who refuse to guess, you are warmly, warmly welcome here. Let's start with Chapter 1, the silent drain. The biggest mistake I see cat owners make is reaching for a remedy before they ask the only question that truly matters, which is this: is my cat dehydrated right now? Here is a 10-second test you can do this very minute. Gently lift your cat's lip and press one finger against the gum above the canine tooth. The spot will blanch white, and in a well-hydrated cat, the pink color floods back in under 2 seconds. If it creeps back slowly, or the gums feel tacky and dry instead of slick, your cat is already losing the hydration battle. You can also gently pinch the skin between the shoulder blades and let go. It should snap back instantly, not melt down like slow dough. Let that sink in, because water is the hidden enemy here, not the loose stool itself. Now for step 1 of the actual protocol, and listen to me very closely. For an otherwise bright, alert adult cat, rest the gut with a 12-hour break from food. 12 hours gives the inflamed intestinal lining a chance to stop churning and start calming down. But, and this is critical, fresh water stays down the entire time. Never, ever withhold water. After those 12 hours, offer a tiny portion of bland food, plain canned food, or a spoonful of plain cooked chicken or turkey with nothing on it. Small portions offered a few times through the day. And here is your first caution, so please hear this vet warning. Never fast a kitten, a senior cat, or a diabetic cat. Their little bodies cannot handle a food gap, so for them, skip the rest and go straight to small, bland meals. Now let's move to Chapter 2, the inner army. But before the science, let me tell you a secret. I put together a little book called The Natural Cat Care Companion. It has every remedy from today's masterclass written out with exact doses, so you never have to scramble at 2 in the morning. Just point your phone at the code and scan it, and the book is yours. It is my way of saying thank you for being the kind of cat parent who shows up and learns. Now, here is the mind-blowing science almost nobody explains to cat parents. Inside your cat's intestines lives a bustling city of trillions of beneficial bacteria. And when diarrhea hits, that city has been invaded. The good bacteria have been overrun, and the troublemakers are throwing a party. Imagine if you had food poisoning and someone just kept sending more chaos into your gut instead of reinforcements. That is exactly what happens when we do nothing. The reinforcements are probiotics, and the 2 strains you want to look for are Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium. These friendly bacteria physically crowd out the harmful ones. And even more importantly, they produce short-chain fatty acids that literally feed the cells lining your cat's colon, helping that irritated lining repair itself from the inside out. You are not just stopping a symptom. You are rebuilding the gut's own defense system. The dose I use is roughly 100 million CFU per 10 pounds of body weight, given once or twice daily, and you simply open the capsule and stir it into a small amount of wet food. Most cats never even notice it, and this is where so many cat parents tell me they finally see the stool start to firm up. All right, my friends, now we come to Chapter 3, the medicine cabinet trap. This is the most important part of the entire video, and here is what the internet doesn't want you to know. When your cat has diarrhea, your instinct is to help fast, and 1,000 websites will cheerfully tell you to reach into your own medicine cabinet. Please hear this vet warning because this is where well meaning cat parents seriously harm the cat they love. Human over the counter anti diarrheals, things like loperamide, sold under brand names like Imodium, are built for human bodies. A cat's liver is missing key enzymes that humans take for granted, the machinery that safely breaks these compounds down. Give the wrong dose, and instead of a settled stomach, you can get dangerous sedation, painful intestinal shutdown, or a cat who becomes frighteningly agitated. Is there a place for these medications in veterinary medicine? Occasionally, yes. A veterinarian may use a tiny, carefully calculated dose for a very short window, no more than a day or two. But that decision belongs to your vet, never to a search engine at midnight. The same warning goes double for bismuth products, the pink liquid for upset stomachs. They contain aspirin-like salicylates, and cats are exquisitely sensitive to them. And essential oils? I need you to hear me on this one. Tea tree, peppermint, and citrus oils being pushed online as so-called natural digestive support can be genuinely toxic to cats, whether swallowed or absorbed through the skin. The villain in this story is not you. It is the confident, careless advice that treats your cat like a small human in a fur coat. Your cat's biology is unique, and everything else in this masterclass respects that. So, promise me right now, nothing from your medicine cabinet goes into your cat without your vet's direct say-so. Promise made? Good. Let's keep going. Now, Chapter 4, The Delicate Comeback, because what you do after the fast matters just as much as the fast itself. Here is the pattern I see over and over in my clinic. A cat parent does everything right. The 12-hour rest, the water, the patience, and then, the moment their cat seems brighter, they put down a full bowl of regular food. By bedtime, the diarrhea is back, and they are convinced nothing works. Let me tell you a secret. The gut lining heals in layers, and flooding it with a rich, full meal is like asking a sprained ankle to run a marathon the day the swelling drops. So this is where we rebuild slowly. On day 1, after the rest, offer small, bland meals, a tablespoon or 2 at a time, 3 or 4 times through the day. On day 2, mix a little of your cat's normal food into the bland food, maybe 1 part normal to 3 parts bland. Day 3, half and half. By day 4 or 5, most cats are back on their regular meals with a settled, happy gut. Write that progression down in your notebook, because it is the difference between a 3-day problem and a 3-week roller coaster. Now, here is who is most at risk, and I need you to listen carefully if this is your cat. Kittens under 6 months, senior cats, and any cat living with kidney disease or another ongoing condition have almost no reserve. Their small bodies cannot absorb the fluid losses that a healthy adult shrugs off. So for those cats, your timeline for calling the vet shrinks dramatically. Do not wait it out. And while we rebuild, let's supercharge hydration, because every remedy in this masterclass works better in a well-watered body. Put out an extra water bowl in a quiet corner away from the food, because many cats prefer it that way. Stir a spoonful of warm water directly into their canned food, so every bite carries hidden moisture, and you make every bite count. And here is a kitchen trick my cat parents love. A little plain tuna water, the liquid from tuna packed in water with nothing added, or a splash of completely plain, unsalted bone broth with no onion and no garlic, drizzled over the bland meal. It tempts a nauseous cat to eat and drink at the same time. One more thing before the moment you have been waiting for. Stress and sudden food switches are 2 of the most common diarrhea triggers I diagnose. A new bag of food changed overnight, a moved litter box, a house guest. Your cat's gut feels all of it, because the feline gut and brain are wired together far more tightly than most people imagine. So keep meals consistent and transitions gradual. And now, stay right here, because in just a moment, I am going to tell you exactly what to add to your cat's bowl. It is the remedy from the thumbnail, the one my clients are always surprised by, and it has probably been within your reach this entire time. If you saw the thumbnail saying, "add this to their bowl," this is exactly what I meant. Now, let's talk about the absolute holy grail of natural digestive support for cats. And here is the reward for your patience. The remedy is food-grade diatomaceous earth. It looks like ordinary fine white powder, but under a microscope, it is made of the fossilized shells of tiny ancient algae called diatoms, and it is almost pure silica. Here is why it works so beautifully for a cat with an upset gut. Those microscopic particles are extraordinarily absorbent. As they move through the digestive tract, they soak up excess fluid and bind irritating material in the intestines, which helps the stool firm up naturally instead of forcing the gut to clamp down the way a drug does. It is mechanical, gentle, and works with your cat's body rather than overriding it. And here is the exact protocol. 1/4 of a teaspoon mixed thoroughly into a little water or stirred into wet food, given 2 to 3 times a day while the stool is loose. That is it. Owners in my practice typically report noticeably firmer stools within a day or two. Now, the label matters more here than with anything else in this video. You want food grade only, never, ever the pool grade or filter grade powder sold for swimming pools, which is heat treated and genuinely dangerous if swallowed. Read the label twice, and because it is a fine dust, always mix it into wet food or water so there is nothing to puff into the air around your cat's face. Chapter 5. The golden window. Using this powder correctly is the difference between a helpful tool and a wasted one, so listen to me very closely. First, always serve it moistened, stirred into water, tuna water, or wet food. Never sprinkled dry over kibble, where it can drift up as dust. Second, think of it as your worst day remedy, not a forever supplement. You reach for it while the stool is loose, you use your 1/4 teaspoon 2 to 3 times that day, and the moment things firm up, you set it back on the shelf. Third, and this is the part people forget, because the powder is so absorbent, fresh water must always be available alongside it. You are asking it to soak up fluid in the gut, so you must keep fluid flowing in from the bowl. Do those 3 things, and it is honestly a little weirdly satisfying how quickly you see results, and those small wins build your confidence for the next time. Now, Chapter 6, the long game. And if you skip this step, everything was a waste. Some of you watching have a cat whose diarrhea is not a 2-day blip. It comes and goes for weeks or months, and that pattern points to something deeper, like inflammatory bowel disease. For those cats, the remedies tonight still soothe, but the real work is calming the gut-brain loop that keeps the inflammation smoldering. This is where I often discuss L-tryptophan with cat parents, the same natural amino acid in turkey that makes you drowsy after a holiday dinner. In cats, around 100 milligrams twice daily, used as a longer-term supportive option with your vet's guidance, can gently support the serotonin pathway that regulates both mood and gut motility. Let me be crystal clear. It is support, not a fix, and it belongs in a bigger plan, a food journal to spot trigger proteins, slow diet trials, and regular vet check-ins. But cat parents who commit to the long game are the ones who finally get ahead of the cycle instead of chasing it. Wow. We have covered an enormous amount today. The 12-hour gut rest, the bland food comeback, probiotics, the medicine cabinet traps to avoid, the white powder, and the long game support. I can imagine you might feel a little overwhelmed, so here is the golden rule. Don't use all of these at once. If you pile 5 new things into your cat's bowl tonight, you will not know what worked, and you might upset that tender stomach all over again. Here is the only thing you need to remember. On a recovery day, the bowl gets exactly 3 moves. 1 small bland meal, 1 dose of probiotic stirred in, and only on the worst day, the 1/4 teaspoon of the white powder mixed into the wet food. That is it. In total, it takes 10 extra seconds a day, and your cat's gut does the rest. Now, as a veterinarian who deeply respects your trust, please hear this vet warning. These remedies are wonderful for a mild, short bout in an otherwise bright, hydrated cat. But if you see blood in the stool that is black and tarry, vomiting, lethargy, or diarrhea lasting more than 24 to 48 hours, or if your cat is a kitten or a senior, stop the home care and call your vet today. That is not failure. That is love with good judgment. So take a breath, my friend. You now have a plan. Check the gums, rest the gut, rebuild with bland food, reinforce with probiotics, soothe with the white powder on the worst day, and play the long game if your cat needs it. A worried cat parent with a plan is a powerful thing. Your cat relies on you to be their hero, and the fact that you watched this masterclass all the way through tells me they are so lucky to have you. Now leave me a comment down below right now and tell me your cat's name, their breed, or what they look like, and which remedy you will try first. first. I read every single comment personally, and I cannot wait to meet your cats. And if this masterclass gave you hope tonight, please do me one huge favor. Hit that like button and subscribe, not for me, but so other worried cat parents can find this video at 2 in the morning when they need it most. And remember, the Natural Cat Care Companion is waiting for you. The link is in the description and the pinned comment. Now go give your beautiful cat a soft scratch behind the ears for me. From Dr. Sarah Lane, stay safe, trust your instincts, and I will see you in the next video.